Hey everyone, good morning and welcome to your channel Learn Data Science with Pranjal. In this knowledge video, we'll discuss a concept which is used in supervised learning, especially in your decision tree and the random forest. Concept, or you can say criteria, which is used to create the decision tree, or probably the trees which we are creating in the random forest. So there are two criteria or the two ways in which we can create a trees. And those two ways or the criteria are your Gini score or your entropy. So Gini score I have already discussed in one of my previous knowledge videos. So in this knowledge video, we'll focus on entropy. How the entropy is calculated, and then how do we calculate our information gain, and how entropy and information gain are connected or related to each other. So I've already created a small slider on entropy. So let's try to first understand a bit of theory, and then we'll see the formula and see how to calculate entropy and then the information gain. So what is entropy? Entropy tells us how much homogeneous or heterogeneous the sample is. So homogeneous means that your data set consists of just one kind of record. So for example, let's say I have an income column where all the people are earning the same amount. Then my data is completely homogeneous. But if my data is completely homogeneous, then there is no information gain. I do not get any meaning out of that column. So information gain is least when your data is completely homogeneous. Because when everyone is earning the same amount, I cannot divide or I cannot make any decision based upon that particular column. If I take a column, gender column, and all the people are either male or female, or they belong to the same gender, then again, I cannot take any decision based upon the gender column. So if your data is completely homogeneous, then information gain is least, and if it is completely heterogeneous, then information gain is high and entropy is 1. Formula for entropy is summation minus P log P, and one thing to keep in mind over here is that over here the log is of base 2, and we are not taking a natural log, neither base 10, we are taking log of base 2. So just for a visual understanding, I have created two diagrams. On the left side, we can see that data consists of just one type of sample. All the sample points are denoted in the green color. So data is absolutely pure. It's not mixed, consists of just one variety. So purely homogeneous, but when it's purely homogeneous, information gain is least, or you can say that for a data scientist, this data doesn't has any meaning. On the right hand side, we can see that the data is quite heterogeneous. It is mixed data. It's highly impure data. You have some blue color, you have red color, you have green color, and those are red, blue, green are denoting different categories. Highly impure data, highly heterogeneous, but then information gain and entropy is very high. Plot this data probably will If we plot the data, then we will have something like this. My values will slowly increase. So on the left hand side of this plot, my entropy is least. And as my data keeps on getting mixed and mixed, so in between my entropy would be highest. And then it again starts to decrease. Let's try understanding it by this example. So what I've done is I've taken an example, male proportion, female proportion. And then I'm calculating the entropy, summation minus P into log base 2 of P. So when your male proportion is 0.9, female would be 0.1, and then if I calculate the entropy, it would be something like this. So I have already done the calculation over here. So I have said import numpy as np, and then you can see this thing. So when male is 0.9, female is 0.1, because they should add up to 1. If 90% is male, then 10% is female. So your entropy is 0.468. Similarly, when I change the male to 0.8 and 0.2, then entropy again increases. So slowly my data is becoming more and more heterogeneous. My data is completely heterogeneous when male is 0.5 and female is 0.5, and you can notice that over there the entropy is maximum, that is your 1, and then again it starts to decrease. So same thing, the same numbers I have plotted in this table. 5.5, my data is completely heterogeneous and my entropy is also highest. And my entropy is least when my data is becoming homogeneous. Now let's talk about the relationship between information gain and entropy. So this is the relationship between information gain and entropy. So I am saying Ig y comma x. So Ig y comma x represents my information gain with respect to y and x. And information gain of yx is equal to entropy of y minus entropy of y with respect to x. So information gain of y and x is equal to entropy of y minus entropy of y with respect to x. Let's try to understand this formula using an example. So over here I've tried to create one example. So I'm saying, let's say there are 1000 records, out of which 600 belong to class 1 and 400 belong to class 0. And this class 1 and class 0 are the records of your target variable, that is your y variable. So what is the probability that a person will belong to class 1? It would be 600 by 1000, that is 6 by 10. And probability that a person belongs to class 0 would be 400 by 1000, that is 4 by 10. Now if we calculate the entropy of the y, and we use the formula, same formula, summation minus p log p, where p is nothing but your proportion. So I'll say minus 4 by 10 into log 2 4 by 10 minus 6 by 10 into log 2 6 by 10, and the entropy comes out to be around 0.97. So entropy is always between your 0 to 1. So entropy of 0.97 seems to be a very high number, right? And in the same scenario, if we would have taken 500 500, then my entropy would have come 1, where my data would have been completely heterogeneous. So when my data is completely heterogeneous, my entropy would be 1. So at the end I have written the note, and if we read the note, that, and I'm saying that over here the entropy was calculated only based upon the target variable, and there was no role of the independent variable, that is your x variable. So you have one target variable, and as of now I have calculated entropy only using the target variable. There was no role of my x variable. Now let's combine our x variable also. so so 0.97 is the entropy of, so 0.97 is the value of entropy of y, and there was no rule of your ey by x. Now I will calculate the ey by x, and then we will put it back in the same formula. So now let's calculate. So over here I have created one small table wherein you can take credit history as your x variable and loan status as your target variable. So credit history, good, bad, it takes two values, good and bad, and loan status 0, 1. So 0 means that your loan was rejected and 1 means that your loan was approved. So totally there are 1000 people. So if we add 30, 530, 370, 70, so totally there are 1000 people. Out of 1000 people, 600 belong to class 1. So that is nothing but your 530 plus 70 belong to class 1. 400 belong to class 0. So 400, that is 30 plus 370, belong to class 0. Or we can also say that there are 560 people for whom the credit history is good. Out of 560 people whose credit history was good, 530 loans were approved, but there were 30 unlucky people whose loan were rejected, though their credit history was good but their loan was rejected. 440 people whose credit history was bad. Out of 440 people, 370 loans were rejected, but there were 70 lucky people whose loan was approved. So now what we will do, so I have done a calculation. I am saying entropy of loan status with respect to your good credit history. So if I apply the same formula, summation minus p log base to p, then it would be 30 minus 30 upon 560 into log 2, 30 by 560. So value comes out to be 0.301. Same thing, entropy of loan status with respect to your bad credit history comes out to be 0.632. Now I will take the weighted average. So for weighted average, I am saying 560 divided by 1000. Why 560? Because number of people who were having the good credit history were 560. So their weightage would be 560 divided by 1000. And then I'll multiply it by 0.301 because that was the entropy for the with respect to good credit history. Same thing with your bad credit history. Now I will use this formula, Ig is equal to 0.97 minus 0.446. So this becomes your information gain 0.5234. So this is the formula which I am applying over. So entropy of y was 0.97 and entropy of y with respect to x was your 0.4466. So information gain is your 0.5234. So similarly, I can calculate the information gain for each and every x variable, and the variable which has the highest information gain, that would be the most important one, or that would be taken as your root node. So this brings us to the end of our knowledge video, and I hope this knowledge video has given you the clarity how entropy and information gain are calculated and what is the relation between your entropy and the information gain. Thank you everyone for watching the video. Hope to see you soon in my next video. Till that time, happy learning.